want to share with you today will change the way you think about selling online. And the truth is, you can sell tiny little ebooks that provide massive value to your customers without spending months and weeks writing a book and yet still make thousands of dollars in the process. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. And guys, the reason this is so powerful is because the speed at which you can create and start making money with this business model is literally insane. I'm going to show you how to do the whole thing throughout this series. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, make sure you do that. And what's even better is you can turn these customers that come in and buy these tiny little ebooks into high-paying customers that buy courses, memberships, coaching programs, done-for-you programs, you name it. You can add as many things you want to the back end, but the key, guys, the key is that you're getting buyer leads from these tiny little ebooks. And in fact, guys, this is one of the main ways you can convert customers into higher paying customers, because these tiny little ebooks are designed in a way that it gives the customer extreme value and they are able to consume it quickly and get results, which turns you into an awesome leader because you gave them a result they didn't have before they had your book. And in turn, you get a lifelong customer. So let's dive right into it. All right, guys. So the first thing I want to kind of hammer on is that you don't need to write hundreds of pages of content to sell a high profit, high selling ebook. What it really boils down to is you need to write something that solves a problem for your customer. For example, one of the short, tiny ebooks that I have myself personally is a book that solves a problem that a lot of creators have, and that is they don't have a way to monetize their audience. And the way that I solve that problem is I give them a tiny book that has 20 some frameworks on the different types of digital products that they can create to monetize their audience. In fact, I would argue that this book alone will benefit them much more than a lot of the 200 plus page books that they'll go out there and find on Audible or Kindle, because it gives them a quick solution to the problem that they have. And those that actually read this book and implement what I teach, which is very implementable because it's short, concise, and to the point, will go on to make a lot of profit doing what I teach in that small book. And that's what you got to think about for your audience. What is something tiny that I could package into a book that would be very valuable, that would deliver something awesome to my audience once they read the book and implemented what I teach? So start thinking about the type of problems that you can solve for your audience, and what is a quick way that you could put that into a framework that you could document into a tiny ebook. And guys, one of the things that I get when I talk about this concept is, well, how can you charge a good amount of money for $5 to $15 ebooks? Well, guys, let me start off by saying that is very small thinking, because what you price your ebook has nothing to do with the amount of pages that are in that book, but much more so the problem that that book solves for your customers. If people go on to sell hundreds or even thousands of dollars worth of products that they created using the frameworks that I put together in my tiny little ebook, it's well worth the $1 or the $7 that they paid for to get access to that. Heck, if I charge them $47 or $97 or even $1,000 for that particular book, and they went on to generate thousands of dollars from it, it would still be worth it. So the key to be able to charge a good price for your tiny ebook is being able to solve a problem and make it implementable for your customers. And the copy that you use to sell that ebook should be very focused on that problem that you are solving for them. And you want to highlight that all throughout the letter and all the key benefits, the headline, everything that you point out that sells that book talks about the problem that the book solves and what life is going to look like after they solve that problem. And when you're able to do that, you can really charge anything you want for these tiny little ebooks. Now, what I recommend is that you charge anywhere between $1 and $37 for these tiny books. And a lot of times in my case, this book is just the front end of something bigger that I have on the back end, right? So maybe I sell these digital product frameworks. And then I have courses and coaching programs and even done for you programs that people that buy that ebook and get a ton of value from will then become lifelong customers and buy my future courses and coaching programs and all the things I offer on the back end. Now, one of the things that I hear talked about a lot these days, and really nobody ever has any data to back it up, but they talk about, well, low ticket buyers won't upgrade into high paying customers. And guys, I don't know if you've ever given away something for free, like a free cheat sheet or, something like a lead magnet, and you've tried to convert those freebie seekers into buyers. Well, it can be pretty difficult. But when someone buys something from you and they get value from what they bought, their perceived value of what they bought is so high, and they've already shown that they're willing to pull out their credit card and pay you money. So therefore, when you offer them something on the back end, you're much more likely to convert them to a customer again than you are if you would have given away something for free on the front end. And really, guys, a good ebook like this really pre-frames someone into buying something bigger, right? So, for example, in my product framework book, that is setting up perfectly people that would want to buy a program on how to build out all these digital products, right? And guys, a lot of times people won't buy from you something that costs a lot of money if they don't know what type of value you deliver. So when you sell one of these tiny little ebooks, it proves that you are someone that delivers value, and when you do that for them, it makes it a much easier step for them to want to buy your higher price programs. And guys, it's easy to convert one of these low ticket tiny ebooks into a higher price program, right? So think about it like this. Your tiny little ebook can be a component of something much bigger. It can be a framework that you give away, or a process that has milestones, and you give away what that framework is and what those milestones are. But then you have a course or a program that goes in much more depth than you can deliver in a 10, 15, 20 page ebook. And really, you can add on by the amount of personalization you add to that. So if you got a really good framework in your ebook, you can just add on to that and build back-end courses and programs by adding a level of personalization to it. So for example, you have a tiny PDF that gives away a framework, and now you start adding in detailed videos, and that becomes a course that you upsell. Or maybe you have a coaching version of that framework that you give out. Or maybe you even do a portion of it for them and you have some type of done for you program. Or maybe you even have a group access, like a membership aspect where people buy the book, they get the framework, and then they can buy into your membership, which is a monthly program where you teach them lessons, you have a Q&A call or a coaching group or something like that, where they get more access to you and more frameworks from you. So now that I got you understanding the idea of just how powerful these tiny little ebooks can be, in the next video, I'm going to show you how to take these tiny ebooks and start making $100 a day or more using them.